Good morning. Today, folks, is January 21st. Many, 3 weeks ago, we started on this journey, 21 days to life. And I, at the beginning of this process, thought, wow, 21 days of going live every day, that's going to take forever. And in the blink of an eye, we have gotten to today. And as we get to today, I just want to say welcome. My name is Denise Rollins. I am the executive director of the Whole Heart Grief and Life Resource Center. And our whole mission in this 21-day program was to help you start 2025 in a way that you had never done before. Research shows that by the 10th of the month of January, we have thrown all of our resolutions out the door. And we believe that's such a waste. You start this year with good intentions, good feelings, and this idea that you're going to change yourself and change the world. And we don't want that stopped on the 10th day. So we committed to being with you these 21 days to make a difference in your life, in the lives of others. We know that the people who are participating in this program are influencers. Those are folks that other people turn to and say, what should I do? What do you think? These are the people who help so many other folks. And this program, folks, is for you. It is a chance for you to rest, refresh, and refocus as you make 2025 your best year ever. So, as we start this morning, I just thank you for seeing our regulars, Barbara and Kim. I just am so excited about the potential. In fact, I told my son I was nervous this morning. I don't know why. I've done this now 20 days. This is the 21st day. But I think it is more this feeling of, I want this last day to be extra special for you because you have given me an extra special gift. And I just thank you for that. That being said, there is spiritual meaning to numbers, and the number 21, they call it an angel number, and it has spiritual significance. And I did my research and not like, okay, tell me what the number 21 means. And it says that it is about inner wisdom and peace, and new beginnings. And so I thought, oh, and also balance, inner wisdom, peace, and new beginnings. And so I thought, what a perfect number. And it also, the number 21 is considered a perfect number, but what a perfect end to this program. I don't call it a perfect program because it hasn't been perfect, but we have made progress. There are a few things in life that I see and know that are perfect, and thank goodness they're not, because no one can relate to someone who does everything right all the time, but we can relate to people who are growing and changing and healing together day by day, step by step. So I thank you, Janice and Rose and Sherry, all of you who have said good morning. I feel your energy, and I just thank you for being a part of this process. What I also want to tell you is we said this program was called 21 Days to Life. Hey, Roz. Um, is 21 Days to Life, living intentionally, fearlessly, and expectantly. Living, an action word, intentional, on purpose, fearless, not afraid, having the courage to do so anyway, even if you are afraid, and expectant, we expect the best. And so I ask you this morning that as you think about those four words, living intentionally, fearlessly, and expectantly, which of the four resonates with you the most? And if you could share that in the comments, I always love to read what it is that's on your hearts and minds. So, which of those four words resonates with you the most? If you want to share why, you can absolutely, you're welcome to do that. I think if I'm going to answer the question for myself, that as I've reflected yesterday from today, and a good friend, actually, Denise, one of our coaches, sent me such a great prayer last night, um, that I realized my word is probably expectantly, that I struggle with believing the worst. I struggle with thinking, oh, this isn't good thing isn't going to happen. And so changing that paradigm for myself and being expectant in 2025 is so necessary. This is the year that I turned 60 years old. And I can't do at 60 the things that I was doing at 50, 40, 30, and 20. I have to be a new person. And that new person has to expect the best. that I deserve the best, I'm going to receive the best, and that I look for the best in myself and other people. So, anyway, are there any of those words that resonate with you? And can I just say, I'm so delighted that everyone is on here. Um, but I'm going to say a special delight for Charlene because we spoke last night and she was in the hospital and she said, I just want to log on tomorrow morning for the last day. And so that commitment to yourself and to us, Charlene, I just thank you and continue to pray over your healing, that God give you grace. So Lisa's there too. So if you get one of the words that means something to you, I would love for you to share it. But in the meantime, what I want to do is I want to take you back and say, look at what the heck we've accomplished. It was on the 30th of December that my son said to me, let's make this happen in 2 days. And I did not know how to answer that, but he did not allow me to say no. And that's how this journey began. And I trusted the process, just like when we announced it to you, you didn't know what it was going to entail, but you trusted us anyway. And so we said, we're going to give you the CPR, this something comfort, peace, and restoration for your head, heart, and hands. And you have followed us through that process. You have gone through, you've learned about pain, power, purpose, past, present, progress, internal, external, and eternal influences. And I'm so proud of that. I want to show you that most of us, if you've got the document, and if you don't, I'm going to ask my team if there's some way to put the document in the comments so that anybody who doesn't have it will get it now. But for the document, we have created this declaration page where we have come back and declared what 2025 will be for us. For some of this will be a document that will guide us for the rest of the year, but we have come back and made these declarative statements that 2025 is going to be different. I'm proud of you for doing that. And I'm proud of you that every day you took that question, you took it back to the worksheet that we gave you, and you answered them with your whole heart. The first week we were saying, who are you? Who are you really? And we worked through questions that got us to that. The second week we said, what are the obstacles that have been holding you back? And we asked you questions that helped you not only determine that, but figure out what you're going to do to deal with those obstacles. And then the third week, this week, we said, what will you achieve and who will you be in 2025? And I just want to say that what you have done in this process, as you've shared your answers with me, it has warmed my heart. You are learning, growing, and healing, and so am I. And so am I. I thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable and to learn beside you. As I say that, I want to go back to some of the comments. Hey, Celeste, how are you? Denise is saying fearlessly, I want to let go and take risk. Absolutely. I love that. Precious says fearlessly and expectantly. I know, Precious, you're the overachiever. You're going to give me two words. And that absolutely encapsulates who you are. But before that, I do want to say, um, hey, to our friend from Colombia who keeps on um, saying hi and coming in, that this program has allowed us to reach people who are beyond our reach. And I just thank you for coming back over and over again. Rose has said fearless, and she is the epitome of fearless. I thank you for that. And then so does Janice said the same thing, fearless. I love it, Janice. And so if there is an opportunity this year, if you're in a situation and you're struggling, I'm going to say to you now, grab one of those words and say, oh, no, 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 we're not dealing with this because in this moment, I'm going to be intentional. In this moment, I'm going to live. In this moment, I'm going to be expected. In this moment, I will be fearless. Grab that word, hold on to it, and keep on keeping on. I do want to share too that not only did we go through those pages and you completed those, and I'm so proud of you, but we were able to introduce you to some of our tools. We helped you to see that we need to communicate in a way that's wholehearted, where we speak and listen with our whole heart. If we do nothing else, changing the ways that we speak to ourselves and other people is so very crucial. The other model that we gave you was the conflict resolution model. in week 2. And there we said, you've got this conflict, but let's understand where it comes from, the way we habitually act, so that we can figure out what's our goal and what's going to get us there. It's a way of reimagining every conflict that we faced. And so when we say that you have these obstacles, if you work yourself through the conflict resolution model, you can absolutely overcome that obstacle. And I will say, we gave you a separate document where you could go in and actually type into the conflict resolution model. And so if you have a conflict you want to work through, you're welcome to do that. But also you can do it with our team, because our coaches are trained and specialize in this. And then this week, we really talked about the wholehearted connections, that in the center, you've got to know who you are and empower yourself, but also surround yourself by the right people. So, that being said, I just again want to congratulate you and say you have done an amazing job for these 20 days. You have committed and got up every single day, whether you did it in the morning when it was live or you did it in the evening when you had time. You have come back to this process. And what that shows me is a commitment to yourself. I think what throws us off as people who are influencers is that we're constantly doing things for other people. And I put their needs in front of my needs. We were raised to be selfless and to put other people first. But I think the most beautiful act that we can embrace in 2025 is taking care of our needs first. Because if I'm healthier, then I'm healthier for my children. I'm healthier for my coworkers. I'm healthier for my husband. And so this is the year where I say, let me put myself first, not as an act of being selfish, but as an act of being powerful and intentional. I want to be the best Denise that I could ever be. And so I'm going to take care of me. So as you have done that in these last 20 days and today, so that's 21 perfect days, right? I need you to do that in days 22 through 365. If we did all this work together and we got together every day, considered the hard questions, reflected on them, asked other people, and made some decisions, created word boards, and did all the work, and then tomorrow you do nothing, we have wasted our time. We have wasted our efforts. We have to continue this from day 22 to 365. As I say that, I want to also acknowledge Barbara says her word is living. I love it. And then Linda says, fearlessly, without doubt and insecurity. I absolutely love that. So I've been making this point that we have to, day 22 to 365, keep on working. And that leads us to our 21st question. And somehow I think that you can guess what that question is. Today is the day, though, that I actually decided to write the question out so that I could share it with you on the screen. Drum roll, please. So our question for day 21 is, as you continue to be who you were created to be, overcome obstacles, and achieve your goals, what one or two things will you do on days 22 to 365 to continue focusing on life? And that is living intentionally, fearlessly, and expectantly. I'd like to read it again. As you continue to be who you were created to be, week 1, overcome obstacles, week 2, and achieve your goals, week 3. What one or two things, just little things, will you do on days 22 to 365 to continue focusing on life? That, my friends, is our question for day 22, that you cannot stop here. And I don't need you to do something huge every day. We talked yesterday about micro goals. I need you to do something simple every single day so that you stay on this path. If you ask me, then I'm going to say that what I'm going to do is begin my day with prayer and reflection. I'm just listening to a series right now that tells me how important that is in getting my mind and my heart right. When I say I want to be expectant, when I start my mind on a positive note, I'm expectant in a good way. I'm not listening to these voices that are pulling me down and my doubts and insecurities. I'm starting my day powerfully. So the one thing I'm going to do is start every day without question with prayer and reflection. And that's not just me saying, gimme, gimme, gimme. It is me saying, let me listen and hear and understand and be guided. This is about me building relationship, right? So prayer and reflection. And then the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my word board, because there I have listed the things that I really want to achieve. There I have listed our pain, power, purpose, all of those answers are right there. And I need to remind myself who I am, where I'm going, and what I'm about to overcome. And so for me, those are my two steps. My question for you is, what are your steps? If you know something that you're going to do immediately, just every single day, I would love for you to share it in the comments. And I say that because I love being interactive, but I also say it because when we state things out in front of people, a lot of times it sticks in our mind. So it's a great way of learning and reminding ourselves. But also, when we share in front of other people, what happens is they get inspired by our answers and they're like, oh, I didn't think about that. Maybe I'll do this or a variation of that. So if you know what your one or two things might be, then I would love for you to share it. Again, whether you're live or later, I try to come back every day and comment on all of the comments, because I am blessed by reading what it is you have to say. As you're adding your one or two things to the comments, what I'd like to do is share with you something that was shared with me yesterday. One of our coaches, Denise Johnson, was the one who said, let's do something to commemorate what we've done these 21 days. And so I had said, what about the word board and doing something that represents all the declarations we've made, or this our steps in this journey? And she shared with me yesterday what she created and said it was okay for me to share it with the group. So I'd like to do that now. And so I think this is beautiful. You see the words create and CPR. She liked our pause. Perhaps another understanding should be explored. I think I just love that. She has dream and faith, and she put things like thoughts, feelings, and actions that she wants to live. She put notes, small notes. She put hearts. And when I looked at what Denise did, it just warmed my heart, because it showed that she's been taking this information, processing it, and personalizing it to her. And that's all the word board is supposed to be, this visual representation of what this process has spoken in your life and how you're going to keep that going as you move forward from now. So again, Denise, I just say, girl, I'm gonna give you the two claps or whatever you do when people do spoken word. Yeah, because what you did was so powerful, and I thank you for that. If you have any word boards that you do and you want to share, just text it to us or email it to us. We would love to see it, and just speak life over your board. As we say that, I want to go back to some of the comments about what you'll do in order to continue this process every single day. Denise says, um, Bible in a year. I love it. And my board is posted where I can see it when I wake up. I love that. I love that. I think I'm going to have to put mine in on my mirror in my bathroom and every other place, so that my eyes will always find it. I love it. Kim says, keep digging into who I am and take actions every day, figuring out yourself. I think that intellectual curiosity about who we are is so very important, Kim. That process really happened for me after the death of my first husband. I realized that we had been together since I was 20 years old, and I didn't know who I was apart from him. And it really took me 2 years of doing my work, doing therapy, doing a lot of reading and a lot of reflection, till I figured out what Denise liked and what she wanted. And I say it was a beautiful process, because then when I met my current husband, I was more secure in who I was and who I wanted to be. And I think I brought more to the relationship. So anyway, I see Melissa says, focusing and remembering the things of preparation over the past 21 days. I love it. So if you have your worksheet out and you're reviewing it and looking at it, I think that would be a blessing, because it absolutely could help. Whatever it is and whoever you are, I would just encourage you to keep on keeping on. That if you did all this, you can do even more. If you followed me, when you didn't know where I was taking you and you've completed the process, then I know for sure that you've got this. And for the rest of this year, you can achieve it. In fact, by the end of the year, I'm saying this to my team, Precious and Malcolm, we need to create some kind of event so everybody comes together and we celebrate. This is what I said I was going to do. This is what I did. And I'm going to lift 2025 up and just celebrate exactly what I accomplished. Barbara says she's going to stay focused and speak life. I absolutely love that. That being said, what I want to share with you now is that my team and I got together and we said, okay, what is it that we want to do to help you continue your momentum? And so, what we've committed to do is that the Facebook private group that we have, we are absolutely going to keep that going. It is so important that we connect with each other. It's a way for us to just be together as a group. And between me and my team and the coaches, we're going to do our best to put new content in there and to share information. And we ask you to do the same. If you're reading something and it's motivational, it speaks to your heart or soul, it speaks to one of the things that we've talked about in these 21 days, please, please, please post it. Because you never know whose heart it was intended to touch. And please do that. So that Facebook group will stay together. I do want to acknowledge what Linda just said. And she says, have 15 minutes of quiet time each morning to be grateful, meditate, pray, and get my day started with a positive attitude. Linda, that is powerful. And that daily intention, I think, changes everything. I also see where Janice says, being consistent on my praying on purpose, call each morning and meditate more. And that I'm not sure what the praying on purpose call is, but I can kind of tell. And that being in community with other people and committing to something on a regular basis, I think is a game changer. And then I see where Rose says, continue to pray for wisdom and listen to God for guidance to help me know who I am. And that going back to our source and our creator can be something that helps us to stay so focused. I love you sharing that. So, in addition to the Facebook private group that we have, I just want to end by sharing two other things that we have committed to giving you as gifts as a part of this process. Number one is the Whole Heart team is in the process of creating what's called community partnerships and resources, or community partnerships and resources site, CPR site. And this will be a place that will be introduced in the second quarter of 2025 across the country. It's going to be a special community where people who are grieving life and or death have this safe space to learn, grow, and heal. We want to take it off of Facebook. We want to put it in a space where we know that the root of the organization is strong and good and rooted in the right things. So what we're going to have in that CPR site is free live, what we call life support sessions on a variety of topics that people are, in terms of people grieving life and death. So there'll be free live sessions every week, but also we'll archive the videos on a number of topics. And then we're going to create this private like chat groups where, let's say someone has been divorced, we have a chat group for them. If someone has had the experience the death of a child, they'll have these groups. So you have a safe space to really connect with other people with the same types of issues that they're going through. What we're going to do is charge people for that $95 a year or $10 a month to be part of that group, but that also gets them discounted rates on our programs, including our individual and group coaching. But for this group, when we introduce that in the second quarter, this group will be free for this 2025. And so we will make sure that we get this information to you because we're so very proud to be able to offer that. We're going through funeral homes and churches and other places of influence to make sure that their folks, they can pay for their folks to be part of this or get a reduced rate. So anyway, I want you to be part of this CPR site because it will be life-giving, and that's exactly what we're going after. And then the last thing I want to mention is that we also are having these life coaching groups. And that's where people will come together via Zoom. It'll be live, people will be on screen, and um, it'll be either the 4 Wednesdays. One group is the 4 Wednesdays in February. The other group is the 4 Sundays in February. My team is putting the link in the chat if you want to just copy that for now to consider it for later. Normally, when I do my coaching groups, each for each person, it's $495 for a month. But this group, we have reduced that to $99 because we just wanted it to really cover the administrative costs of what we're doing. With that, there's an extensive workbook that each person will receive. And again, it will be led by me and my team. And so, what we think about this is some of the obstacles you're facing may be taking more than this 21 days. And so, if you want to do a deep dive into how you get past those obstacles, we're going to help you with that and to continue the work. And so, we have that the links to that in the chat in the comments. And if you want, you can also extend the offer to one other person who didn't complete the program. We're offering this to people who completed it, but we know sometimes people want to do something like this with a friend or a family member. So if it's something that you want to do, please let that person know about it. And sometimes you're blessing that person. I had somebody already tell me that they're actually going to do it and pay for that person to complete it because they know how much the person needs it. And I think it's powerful to be in a community where people help each other. The last thing you'll see in the comments is an interest form, and that interest form is really for if there's any needs that you have, you can fill out the form rather quickly and say, can you help me with this? Again, there's a lot of things that we offer that actually have no fee. And so if there's something that we can help you with, we absolutely positively will do that. Um, so Precious has all of that. And something tells me Precious is also going to put this in the private Facebook group and also send out emails because she's phenomenal at that. So whatever she does to connect, that will be great. And then I want to just go back real quick because I didn't want to skip over. I saw two last comments from Edwina. Um, I thought, okay, what? That's nice of her. She said, "This is incredible. Bless you for being obedient to God. Thank you. I didn't want to seem like I'm self promoting. I thought you were doing your word, but I'm going to receive that. I'm going to receive that. Thank you." And then Mary says she's going to stay focused to achieve her goals and keep it going. Keep sharing your goals with other people, your friends, the people you surround yourself with, the people who are going to ensure that you do what you're supposed to do in 2025. I end with this, my friends, that we started saying the number 21 is special, and it is about inner wisdom and balance and peace. And that is my wish for you, that no matter what you do from this day forth to the end of 2025, I wish you that inner wisdom, balance, and peace, that you have the best year ever. That doesn't mean we're not going to have trials. That doesn't mean we're not going to have frustrations. But sometimes the world is not about the situation changing, it's about our perspective changing. And I could be going through stuff, but at the same time have a perspective of gratitude and thankfulness. And when I do that, it changes everything about my outlook and my outcomes. And I hope that in this 21 days, you have learned to live intentionally, fearlessly, and expectantly, that you have created connections with each other, and that you understand that the Whole Heart Center and me and my team are here if you need us. We're just a phone call, email, or text away. I thank you. I thank you. And I thank you. Have a great 2025. See ya.